Okay, welcome back, boys. No girls, just boys. Today we are going to be talking about Chapter 8. I'm going to give you a brief introduction to what Chapter 8 is about. Now, Chapter 8 is called Input and Output Transducers. So, input, output, transducers. So what in the world is a transducer? So a transducer is a component that changes everyday signals into electrical signals, or it takes electrical signals and changes it into a property that we can, as humans, understand. Yeah. So what we need to do is we need to have a component that is able to switch between electrical and non-electrical signals or quantities. And these devices are called transducers. Okay. So one example is the motion sensor here. Now, how does this fella in here, how is he able to detect whether someone is walking past? Because this is motion. Now he can create noise, he can create a break in light or something, but that's noise, that's light. Is light and noise is not an electrical signal. Okay. What we do, what we study, we only deal with in signals, whether it's high, low, or analog signals. All that, they're all electrical signals. It won't be able to understand what is air, what is sound, and stuff like this. Okay, so how do we make the translation? So we need something to translate between non-electrical signals to, and change it to electrical signals, which our components then can understand. And if we have a component that is able to do this, we should be able to also have a component to change it from an electrical signal to a non-electrical signal, which we humans, using our hands, our eyes, our ears, we are able to interpret. Yeah. So these are input transducers, and these are called output transducers. Okay, so input transducers, as I said, they take non-electrical quantities. Something happens here, and then it gets transformed into a signal or quantity. So classic example, the mic here that I'm using, is how does it take my voice, the airways vibration, and how does that turn into, so these are the airways vibrating in. How does it turn it into your ones and zeros or your analog signal here? Okay. So it is able to somehow change it along the way into electrical signals, right? This one, it takes, is a LDR. It takes the ambient light shining on it, whether it is high, low intensity, high intensity, and depending on the intensity, it changes the resistance value. And once the resistance value changes, yeah, you get a different electrical signal. These are called thermistors. So you have to know what thermistors are, LDRs, and microphones. Okay, these are very common input transducers. This takes the temperature around and changes the resistance value. Okay, and if the resistance value changes, therefore the current and the voltage changes as well. So these are input transducers. They act as sensors, right? So as I said, remember thermistor and LDR. We are going to be using this quite a bit actually. Now next, what are output transducers? Remember I said that we need to convert between non-electrical signals. We need to convert them into electrical signals. These are called input transducers, and the opposite needs to also happen, and these are called output transducers. Okay, so couple of common examples that we have. LEDs, they take in electrical signals and they give off light. Okay, our eyes can see light. Same thing for filament bulbs. They take in electrical signals and they give off light. These are called buzzers and loudspeakers. So they take in electrical signals and they give off sound. So our ears can detect sound. This takes in electrical signals, and from here, it provides us motion. So we can feel motion, we can see motion. Okay, so just know that transducers have both input and output functions. Okay, so this is your block diagram. You learned this way back in chapter 1. So what I usually have is an input transducer here. Okay, it takes whatever signal the surrounding provides. In this case, it's temperature. Okay, changes it into an electrical signal that the switch will understand. And here it takes the electrical signal and then inputs that into an output transducer. In this case, it's a motor. Okay, so try to do review question 8.1. All the answers are found in your notes. And in the next few parts of the video, I'm going to go through review part by part different input and output transducers. Okay, so yeah, see you in a bit.